Hey everyone, I wanted to go over some new and extremely exciting news that we have regarding Capcom's newest digital showcase presentation event that was just recently revealed that will be taking place essentially as their E3 presentation. Remember that E3 is not taking place this year, so Capcom will be hosting one of their traditional showcase event presentations. But first and foremost, I don't want this to get confused with the upcoming Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak digital presentation event that you guys will be watching tomorrow. This will be, of course, on June 7th at 10 a.m. East Coast time, 7 a.m. West Coast time. That is not what we're going to be talking about here today. If you're looking for any sort of information or pretty much what the leaks tell us as to what Capcom will be showcasing for this Monster Hunter Rise digital final presentation developer roundtable presentation event, I've already put out a video showcasing that. I'm going to be leaving a link in the description below. So what we are here to discuss is this brand new digital showcase presentation that Capcom is having as a whole. So they're not necessarily naming which games they're actually going to talk about, but we do expect there to be something Monster Hunter related. So at the top end of this video, we're going to be focusing more on the news side of things, but on the back end of the video, I do want to give a little bit of speculation on what I think they'll most likely go ahead and showcase. And I certainly want to encourage you guys in the comments to do let me know what it is that you think they're going to be showcasing this time around. So yes, indeed, they're hosting two separate presentations. The Monster Hunter one, which we're going to be seeing tomorrow morning, and this one, which is going to be pretty much a catch-all. So they're not necessarily naming which games they're talking about in their original post and social media, and then they posted a little bit of a blog update as well. They mentioned that tune in on June 12th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so that would be 6 p.m. East Coast time, for the Capcom Showcase digital event featuring roughly 36 minutes of news and updates on our latest games. See you there. So they're not necessarily saying here anything about like Monster Hunter or anything along those lines, but of course we do know that they have a couple of Monster Hunter related topics that they should be able to hit upon, and we're going to be speculating on those in just a minute. In the blog website, they also mentioned that the Capcom Showcase, tune in for the Capcom Showcase, a digital event bringing you the latest Capcom updates. We look forward to sharing new information about Capcom's upcoming releases and future titles with our fans all around the world. The broadcast schedule for Monday, June 12th, 2023, of course, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. East Coast time. The runtime will be about 36 minutes. The date and time of the events may change without notice. Some of the games included in the show aren't suitable for children, which of course is always funny. There's a second part to their blog update as well. They mentioned that what is the Capcom Showcase? The Capcom Showcase is a global digital event, a live stream event. Is gathering a place for us to share the latest, most in-depth Capcom information for our fans around the world. We share more details about the program's lineup as we get closer to the event. We hope you will join us in this special digital event to celebrate Capcom's 40th anniversary. So at the very least, towards the back end of their little blog update, they do specifically mention that this will be a celebratory 40th anniversary presentation showcase. So you can expect some sort of legacy reveal, some sort of, let's call it a remaster, a re-update, or something along those lines for maybe some legacy titles, maybe more Mega Man collections. Although I truly wonder just how many more Mega Man games are out there that are not in current gen consoles by this point in time. Maybe another Resident Evil remaster reveal or something along those lines. I do know that they have maybe more DLC for Resident Evil 4 pending. Maybe there's something along the lines with Phoenix Wright as well. That's also another popular one that I do believe there's a new game in the works, but we haven't necessarily seen anything about that as well. There's been some suggestions that maybe they could do the Marvel vs. Capcom collection remaster type of thing. That's been a relatively popular one as well. We know Capcom vs. SNK was teased by SNK, I believe, like 2 years ago at this point in time. So there's a lot going on there. Maybe a remaster for Devil May Cry Collection, you know, for current gen consoles, something along those lines. Again, legacy content that you should be able to expect will probably be there. As far as new things are concerned, obviously Dragon's Dogma 2 was recently revealed, I believe, in the PlayStation Showcase presentation. Devil May Cry maybe ended up getting, you know, might end up getting a new reveal as well for the new game. I know they might end up teasing that for the near future. But at the end of the day, the reason why I'm talking about this is, of course, because of Monster Hunter. And I do believe, specifically since Capcom has shown the willingness to talk about mobile games, we can and certainly we will be seeing, and I'm saying this with 100% certainty, but I don't really have any insider information on this, but I do expect them to talk about Monster Hunter now. We do expect them to go ahead and showcase some more information on that. The game will be releasing in September. That's about 3 months away. The closed beta has been relatively popular. I've seen a lot of popular feedback on that, so we should be able to expect more news there. A brand new trailer may be revealing some of the monsters that are already available in the closed beta, with maybe a brand new reveal of a actual new monster which you haven't actually seen in the game so far. That would go a long way. But certainly Monster Hunter now is something that you probably should keep your eyes peeled on, so we can actually see something there along the lines. Now, as far as Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, like I said at the top of the video, we are getting our presentation tomorrow. They're not really going to talk about Sunbreak. The final digital showcase with the developer roundtable discussion will be airing by the time, you know, so maybe even some of you end up watching this video. Maybe the presentation has already taken place. So at this point in time, Sunbreak is pretty much all said and done. The only news that they are going to reveal, and most likely either they tease this, and this is just me speculating, maybe they will tease this at the back end of the digital presentation tomorrow for Sunbreak, is the 4th, 5th, and 6th free title updates release dates for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows. I would expect that to be somewhere around late July. That is what we have been hearing so far, but right now it's still up in the air. We don't necessarily know. Any sort of event quest or any other stuff that I spoke about in the leaks videos, probably not going to get talked about here because we're going to see that tomorrow. So not really anything else. Bonus update number 2 or anything like that, I don't expect that, but if they were to showcase that or reveal that, that will most likely happen tomorrow. So in this Capcom showcase presentation, we shouldn't expect anything Sunbreak related other than maybe them announcing it for mobile devices or something weird along those lines. Now, the big one, and the thing that probably has kept you interested up until this point in this video, and that is, of course, Monster Hunter 6, Monster Hunter World 2, Monster Hunter Paradise, whatever they're going to end up calling the next mainline game. For a few months now, and this is something that we have known for quite a while, pretty much since January, is that Ryoso Sugimoto teased that at Tokyo Game Show, they will be talking about Monster Hunter's anniversary, you know, season, essentially. So this is the Capcom, you know, 40th anniversary showcase. Maybe they're gonna try to tag that up with the Monster Hunter anniversary that's taking place next year. Maybe begin the ball rolling with that kind of thing. Maybe just show a logo, a teaser. This would be the same speculation that I suggested for the PlayStation showcase. I heard from multiple sources that Capcom would have a strong showing at the PlayStation showcase. And indeed, they did just that. They actually showcased, I believe, 4 games. And of course, like I spoke earlier, they spoke about Street Fighter 6. They revealed Dragon's Dogma 2. They spoke about a bunch of other things as well. But they didn't talk about Monster Hunter. And that was one of the things that I maybe suggested they would actually go ahead and talk about. Now, Monster Hunter 6, World 2, Paradise, whatever they end up calling it, could be the thing that we do end up ultimately at the end of the day seeing at Tokyo Game Show. That is their biggest trump card. They're holding it for the last, essentially the last event of the year before we begin to talk about, like, you know, the Game Awards or whatever, which is in December, which is essentially considered almost at the beginning of next year. This could actually end up being the presentation that they showcase something Monster Hunter related. Again, they could just go ahead and tease a trailer, nothing necessarily too serious. If you guys remember, like I showcased probably when I was talking about Monster Hunter Now, the review for Monster Hunter Now was relatively short. They didn't really show anything there, and they could probably end up doing the same thing here for this showcase for the next mainline game, or they could just simply, again, withhold it for either Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show. Again, that is just speculation on my side. I would expect them though to talk about it before the end of the year. That is what we are waiting on. And now that, you know, by this time that this presentation takes place on the 12th, by that point in time, you know, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is pretty much history. Other than PlayStation, Xbox, and PC Windows, this game is pretty much history in a week's time, you know, so not even a week's time, maybe 5 days. So, you know, it could be the time that we finally end up seeing Monster Hunter 6, World 2, Paradise, whatever. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Where I'm just relatively hopeful that we end up seeing something Monster Hunter related other than Monster Hunter Now, which I do think with certainty, because specifically they've showcased mobile games in those presentations multiple times in the past. They will lean heavily and showcase a brand new trailer for that. Maybe even reveal, you know, a open beta or something along those lines. Maybe they'll also lift the, you know, closed beta restrictions, and players can actually begin to talk about some of the things that I've actually covered in a separate video in the past. But you know, multiple people have kind of abstained to watch only because they don't want to be spoiled when they finally get access to the closed beta. But that's about all the information that I have for you guys today regarding this Capcom showcase. Once again, June 12th, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. East Coast time. And tomorrow, certainly stay tuned into my channel as I'll be talking about the Capcom Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak final digital event presentation and going over everything they reveal there, aka Primordial Malzeno. If you're brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.